Welcome to Next Gen KE on this beautiful day of Wednesday the 4th of February 2026. We appreciate you as the listener for giving us the listening ear as we speak into matters affecting us as Kenya in terms of politics. Today, I want us to dive about yesterday's SIFUNA's interview yenye ili happen pale kwa channel moja maarufu in the country. This interview ilikuwa ina serve as a big bombshell because you know SIFUNA is one very factual leader. So nili take time nikaangalia hii interview nikijua it will be a very big bombshell about ile matters zenye ilikuwa ina leta into light. SIFUNA, as you know, is one leader mwenye amekuwa kwa spotlight for a very long time. Na one thing about him, he's very vocal and everything that he speaks coming from his mouth, they seem to be very factual, na ndo utapata understand mostly out among many leaders. The interview was very big, na nilikuwa najua one thing about SIFUNA. His interviews always raise eyebrows within his party and outside his party. So I knew the interview inge raise eyebrows among many leaders kwa sababu ya zile vitu zenye angeongea. One thing Ali speak about mostly ilikuwa about the broad-based government na the NADCO report, the 10-point agenda yenye ilikuwa signed between Baba and Ruto when Baba was still alive. Na hii NADCO report ilikuwa inaongelea vitu zenye zitakuwa implemented, na actually ilikuwa ifave mwananchi sana. So the NADCO report was a report yenye ilikuwa mostly ileta vitu zenye zilikuwa zinafaa zifave mwananchi personally. But you can see since it getting signed, nothing seems to be working on the NADCO report. Now, before we get into what actually transpired yesterday, I would like you to take your time just to subscribe to the channel and ensure you hit the notification button so that when we are dropping our news, you can actually get the more of our content of what we are speaking about exactly into the Kenyan matters politics. Now, before and without wasting your time, SIFUNA was very vibrant when he appeared yesterday for his interview. Many of you who know SIFUNA know he has been the Secretary General for ODM for more than like 9 years. Na within those 9 years, one thing about he doesn't shy away from words, especially when you're going against the party and what he stands for. He seems to be a man of his word, na ndio maana utapata he's one of the leaders that Baba amekuwa kimpenda during the time that he used to govern ODM, kwa sababu he is one of the youthful leaders mwenye amekuwa braided well na Baba. Now, yesterday during his interview in one popular channel in the country, he spoke about many things, but zile zenye nataka tuongele, one thing ilikuwa about the NADCO report. On the NADCO report, if you can remember, the things ama the points that zilikuwa signed in this report, it was a 10-point agenda yenye mostly ilikuwa ifave mwananchi, na ilikuwa iweze kuensure mwananchi afinyiliwe na government, na inaensure political ina play part yake kuensure role yake kama opposition ni ku criticize government when ina go against vitu zenye mwananchi alikuwa anafaa akuwe asaidiwe nazo. Now since the NADCO report ilikuwa signed more last year, ulikuwa unapata akiongelea factors kama opposition, limiting parties zenye yani party oppression, yani kusikue na kufinyilia parties zenye zinataka ku stand out in terms of criticizing the government. Utapata vitu kama ukiangalia ilikuwa ina against extrajudicial killings. Utapata akisema mostly since was signed the MOU ya the NADCO report, alisema more than 20 killings zimehappen na extrajudicial killings. So ni kitu imekuwa ikiendelea even after wamesign the MOU. So in the NADCO report, the 10-point agendas ukiangalia, alikuwa anasema since the report ingekuwa submitted this year, March 2026, alikuwa naende alikuwa nafaa akuwe kuoversee ikikuwa signed between UDA and the ODM party. Alikuwa anasema there was no reason for it to get signed cause there is nothing to show that the NADCO report imekuwa implemented na zile vitu zenye walikuwa wameagree ita follow. The second thing ilikuwa about the broad-based government. Between ODM now, wale watu utacheki wanapinga Sifuna, there are two factions. Kuna one faction enye iko na Oburu Odinga na kuna one faction enye iko against Sifuna, na hiyo ni enye iko within the broad-based government, kwa sababu utapata wanataka hii MOU, the partnership between broad-based government na UDA ikuwe signed, kwa sababu most of the leaders wenye wako kwa gava side through the broad-based government, you can see most of the leaders walikuwa most of them were vultures. These leaders, many of them walikuwa na hide behind Baba with the intention of getting slots in the government, and these leaders know clearly very well they cannot get a seat in the government otherwise ni through waweze ku improve the broad-based deal ili waweze kuingia kwa government easily coming into the 2027. And when they see one leader like Sifuna criticizing agreements zenye hazitaleta enough partnerships, yani criticizing hizo agreements zenye hazita improve partnerships between ODM and the broad-based na pia UDA, wanaona Sifuna is seriously ruining their chances of getting into the government. So utapata most of them wanampinga kwa sababu their easier way is through signing this MOU ndio waweze kupata an easy path getting into the government. Now, one thing you love about Sifuna is that he is a man of his word. When he says he's going this way, there is no turning back. You can clearly see him saying that he knows that the president is a one-term president, and he was not shying away from this matter. So coming kwa our leaders wenye most of them are now hiding behind Oburu. They want to convince him to sign the partnership with the UDA because they know that's the only easy path ya kuingia kwa government right now, since they have nothing to showcase. And that's why you can see very Sifuna very vocal about kwanza wa improve the correct terms, na utapata sahi ndio wanampinga sana. So Sifuna will not be popular among some leaders before 2027 elections. One thing I'm very sure, some of the leaders will want him to step down as the SG of of the ODM party. But you can clearly see Sifuna saying that he is not afraid of stepping down, because he knows what's the importance of standing for the party rules. And you can see this is what made him popular during the time of Baba's reign. So in before 2027, I can see many of the leaders fighting him, and they will want him to step down as the SD of the ODM party. But one thing about Sifuna carries a lot of popularism in the ODM party, so making him to step down as the ODM SD will weaken the party, and itaonesha there is no one to fight for the party coming into 2027. And if 2027 they make Sifuna to step down, then the dynamics in the ODM party will change, and it will be tough for the ODM to become opposition coming into 2027, because right now within the party kuna vitu mingi za kusolve. Hata yeye mwenyewe utasikia jana akisema many things need to be solved, and they need to produce a presidential candidate as per Baba's wish. ODM is a big party, as you know, na imekuwa in the long run as an opposition. But you as the listener, coming into 2027, do you see ODM producing a presidential candidate, ama ODM will fail as a party coming in the 2027 general elections? You can continue sharing your views and subscribing to the channel to get more.